Hello, I'm Ryan Forbes. I am the bartender of the Drunken Elf. Today, you know, you look like a liquor guy. So stay out of here. Whiskey? Oh no, you're definitely not whiskey. Vodka. This, from looking at you, this is definitely what you want. This is Smirnoff. Very traditional. The best way to put Smirnoff is that it is the definition of vodka. It has no flavor, or no particular discernible flavor, and to the end, Smirnoff, in fact, was a Russian serf back during the 1800s, mid 1800s, and he was rather skilled at doing certain things, key things. Very skilled at doing liquors. He's the definition of a self-made man. Actually, him and his family had to flee during the Russian Revolution. Due to, of course, the Soviets. But so that is how Smirnoff is now primarily based in America, the U.S. of A, if you will. Now the first general drink that is very, very popular is called vodka and tonic. Now, this is a jigger. Just about everybody and their mother has seen one. There's actually two different kinds of jiggers, though. This one holds 3/4 and a quarter of an ounce, respectively, while this one is half and a full ounce. I will be using this one because this embodies our recipes perfectly. Now, I'm using this book. Let me move it a little closer to you. You see how it says complete and professional. It may very well be professional. When it says complete here, it's a dirty liar. This is the book I learned off of. Would I recommend it? For a beginner, yes. After that, find a new book very quickly. But it is a very good place to get started. And so, typical vodka and tonic. Simply 1 ounce of vodka, and let me put this over here to clean it up. Where is there it is. I'm so sorry for leaving that on your side of the bar. And then you just simply take the tonic and pour it on. This, you can pour it as high or as low as you like. It just depends on your personal taste. So it's like that, and simply vodka and tonic. Now, if you're working in a bar, of course, most bars will have a gun, and you just spray it in, and it actually mixes it well itself. But you should never shake something that is carbonated, like this. So, but this is missing something. Lime wedge. This is the garnish for vodka and tonic, and it is as so. Smells roughly of lime and tonic. Tonic is basically, it's very similar to club soda, but it has quinine in it. And this one even shows it on the front. Let me put this guy over here, and I'll show you the next one on our list today. So if you're not feeling vodka and tonic, oh, by the way, vodka. It's derived from the root word voda in a Slavic language. I do not remember. It's either Russian or Polish, and it means water. So, which is really the spirit of vodka. It's supposed to be one of the simple, really those, it's supposed to taste like what you're putting it in. Or you can drink it straight and then it tastes like water, except for with a little bit of kick. So what I'm next up on the list is vodka and cranberry, which is a very simple. And let me quickly. Gotta always wash off what you're going to be using for the job. Have something on hand to quickly dab off some of that extra water. Simply do this. 1 ounce of vodka. And cranberry juice, which is an unbelievably popular mixer. For the record, there is 1,000,000,001 drinks with this. Oh, and I forgot my ice, which I will go ahead and grab now. I'm using this red Solo cup. Normally you'd have a scoop. I don't have a scoop. So all you do, and you really have to make these in the glass due to different glass sizes and such. You have to actually eyeball it, see what it looks like. So you just pour it in simply like this. But unlike our last drink there, we actually are going to shake this one. You pour it in here, in the shaking glass. Give it a quick dab on the side to clean off any excess off the side here. Hook this guy on. Sometimes you'll see these metal glasses. Sometimes you'll have one of actual pyrite or glass or something of the sort. Simply 1, 2, 3, 4. That is the perfect amount of times to do this. You pour it out, and it comes out like so, frothy and beautiful. Now, this is another drink that you do garnish with a lime. Don't garnish it the exact way I just did, because I actually touched a bit of the actual lime. But this is a very beautiful drink indeed. So you got your vodka and cranberry, but there are other drinks of the same variety. Now, I do not have grapefruit juice, but two very similar drinks are the Greyhound and the Salty Dog. Salty Dog is simply the same thing, but with grapefruit juice and with no lime wedge. And a Salty Dog is a Greyhound with a salted rim. Now, cranberry juice isn't actually used in the field all that often due to heavy issues with medication. So, let me just always remember, kids, or adults, always clean these. If you do not clean them, you are screwing yourself thoroughly. Between drinks, unless you are mixing the exact same drink, again, you must clean these. So next up would be the beautiful, wonderful thing known as a madras. A madras is actually unbelievably similar to a vodka and cranberry. Vodka and cranberry, by the way, is also known as a Cape Cod within the region of Cape Cod. You will run into, if you are in Cape Cod, you can order it as a Cape Cod. Nobody orders it that way anywhere else, because just about nobody knows that anywhere else. So if you want it in Cape Cod, call it a Cape Cod. If you want it anywhere else, call it a vodka and cranberry. Now, it is simply the normal setup of grab the vodka, 1 ounce, straight into here. And then what you do is after that 1 ounce, you do orange juice and you do cranberry. Since these are roughly the same sized opening, I will pour them simultaneously. There is something else called that exists out there called a sea breeze. It is very similar to a bay breeze, which we are about to make after this. And the sea breeze would be the same setup but with grapefruit juice. As mentioned before, I don't have it. It actually acts up with heart medications. So, simple way to do this. And by the way, these do not have garnishes. These 3 drinks. Okay, simple as that. Pour it out. This is a Madras. As so. As always, clean these. I'm not cleaning this because all I'm using it for at the moment is vodka. Okay? Once you're getting back over here, just dab off that moisture. If you don't want your hands getting wet. I mean, it's perfectly fine if you are okay with that. I, personally, am a bit of a sissy. So, I'm going to clean up the sides here and the bottom. So, next up is the Bay Breeze. As mentioned before, the Sea Breeze is also another thing that does exist. Bay Breeze, simply cranberry and pineapple juice. So, typical setup of glass, ice, and by the way, if you notice these are smaller glasses, that's actually because that is how these are intended to be made. They're intended for this. This is literally, if I remember correctly, this specific glass is called a old-fashioned glass. You could also use a lowball or a small rocks. This might be a small rocks too, but I do believe it was sold as a old-fashioned glass. So, just simply 1 ounce of vodka, and just get that quickly. Be very careful if you end up missing your mark a little bit. You might want to clean it up quickly because alcohol does stain. You can make any surface smell of it very easily. It is if it is slightly light on the vodka, then panic a little bit, but don't panic too much. If they ask for a little bit more, just go ahead and you can give it a little splash, or you can offer to make it into a double. Either one would be acceptable. Now this pineapple juice, as you can see, very unbalanced, very ridiculous. I am actually going to be measuring this out by eye. So like that, and then the rest will be cranberry. I might have put a little more pineapple, but if it is simply a 60-40 split, people will most likely not care that much. And for that matter, it very well might not taste that different. The biggest thing that people will get annoyed is they feel that you have messed them up on the alcohol. If they feel that you are cheating them. And boys and girls, this is also why you always pour any given item over a counter. Because going down to the ground to clean up whatever you spilled is a pain. It's not fun. I wouldn't want to do it. So this is how I handle that. Now 3 to 5 times is the general shaking number. The reason is you just simply do not want to overdo it, do not want to underdo it. I think I put a little bit more cranberry than necessary, but this would be a sea breeze. So, off to clean again. Now, you clean as per the normal, wipe at the bottom, clean the surface, repeat with the other glass. Is there an easier way to do this? Sure, I could have one of these over there. I, however, do not have that right now. But next up, I do believe would be good to do a sunset. Now, sunset is, if you've ever had a screwdriver, just 1 ounce of vodka and orange juice. But, and this is a big but. A sunset is a slight variation on that using this. It is a substance known as grenadine. Grenadine is a beautiful, beautiful thing. It's made of mostly pomegranate, 80% pomegranate to be precise, 20% cherry. My stats might be slightly off there, but it is a very, very useful thing when mixing drinks. It also has no alcohol, despite what many people seem to think. It is alcohol zero, not a bubkiss. But it is very useful for drinks like this. So the way you do this is simply, and a very popular drink that we will not be making today is vodka and Red Bull. Just 1 ounce of vodka, pour Red Bull over the top, and you are good. That's all you have to do for it. Now I'm fairly sure that all of you can guess what this, or not all of you, many of you will be able to guess what it means by sunset, but you will be able to see, and I will bring the drink closer to you under these circumstances for this specific drink. So, now, this is actually added post-shaking, which is a very important thing to note. So this is simply, and this way I get to go ahead and show you what a screwdriver looks like, luckily, before. Now, if you intend on being a bartender, or if you are a bartender, constantly clean your surface. It is one of the most important jobs of a bartender. Do not clean the same spot as once. This is not a movie. Now, this is what a screwdriver will most likely look like. This is a screwdriver by all definitions, but what we're going to do is we're going to turn it into a sunset. What you do is simply so. I will quickly be cleaning out this part, which I will be cleaning again afterwards, but just to make sure that no vodka spills all over the table. So, put it this way, this is the ½ ounce mark. So, ½ ounce of grenadine. And what you do is you simply pour it in. And if you see, the effect here is that it is only at the half mark. You pour it in, it comes, and it slowly fills the drink. Now, and that's the big difference. And, actually, if I do remember correctly, this look, actually, now I apologize. I actually was remembering something that I was not actually remembering. Come on, man. Oh, well, this is gonna have to get cleaned. For the time being, we will put this guy over here, and I will clean that later. Now, this time around, I used this top one here. I'm actually going to clean all of this. Now, we're going to simply clean the bottoms, and then from there, clean the rest. Now, it is no big whoop if there's a little bit of condensation on this guy. It's not the end of the world. You do not have to worry about that all that much. Though if you do want to worry about it, feel free. I mean, when I first learned these things, I worried about these things too, so don't worry too much about that. But as the big finale, we're making the Moscow Mule. Now, notice, this is ginger beer. Ginger beer is, it's like, the one time I've tried it, it's like getting punched in the face. It's very acquired taste. In fact, I've never tried this brand, so this one will actually be for me. So I'll give it a quick swig. Okay, this one is actually a little bit of a less of a kick than the ones that I'm experienced with, but it is very good. An Australian brand. I rather like it. You'll notice that it will remind you a lot of root beer, and that's kind of the point. They're both, that's ginger beer, root beer, similar idea. Ginger beer has a little bit more of a kick than root beer, and that is to be expected. So this I will go ahead and pour into here, give you a look at what it looks like on the outside. This is ginger beer. Very clear, very, very delicious. In fact, I will be sipping at this probably for the next few hours. Well, I mean, next 10 to 20 minutes more like. But anyways, the final one we're making is a Moscow Mule. Moscow Mule, likely a very good drink if you do like ginger beer. If you don't, you probably will not enjoy it all that much. Now, this one that I do not personally know all that well, so I am going to go into the book and do the recipe as instructed. So this is actually a 1.5 ounces of vodka followed by ½ ounce of lime juice. So 1 ounce of vodka, and actually I did not handle that quite right. This is a big thing that I need to work on, and that many of you will need to work on. It is ice. Gotta remember to put it in ahead of time. Also, I'm going to need a handy dandy little thing like this. This is for the precise amounts when it comes to the ginger beer, because this is 1 ounce, ½ ounce, and then ½ ounce of lime juice. If I didn't already mention it, I'm mentioning it now. This is lime juice. It's really strong. It rarely has sugar mixed in. Almost always it is a straight. There's a straight kick of power. So, while with things, lemony things, you'll often find that there's sugar in it. It's normally something called sour mix. In fact, it tastes just like lemonade. With lime juice, you don't get that. It's straight lime juice. You don't want to put too much in, or it will overpower. Now this is the beginning of a Moscow Mule. If you notice, there is some issues about the amount and size. In fact, you would probably want to make this in a Moscow Mule mug, which is a specific type of mug that would be used for such thing. I'm going to pop this. We're going to pour it in here. Measure it out. This is 5 ounces exactly. A little more. This is 5 ounces. As you can see, it will not fit in here. Pour some of it in ahead of time. We're going to put this in here. Oh, and a little splash up there. I'm going to have to clean that up. And just like that. It's a little high. There's a little bit left in here. This glass is not perfect for this drink. I would suggest, or you You could actually only do a half serving and serve the next half serving. That could be something you do. But you garnish with a lime wedge, and this is the Moscow Mule. I hope you enjoyed this. Please like, share, subscribe, and comment. Guys, remember, you are the only ones that make me possible. So, have a good day.